Alright, we're here today to test out the new Titleist GT range. I'm going to compare all three of the heads. We've got the GT2, the GT3 and the GT4. And I'm going to compare it to my Titleist TSR3. So what's new with this is they've got a multi-material crown. And this cool little demo club, you can actually pop this off. This is a third of the weight of the previous models, and what that has allowed them to do is spread the weight evenly across the sole and lower the center of gravity. So another thing they've done here is they've managed to get the symmetry very close between the crown and the sole. While they can't make the face any faster, they can make you swing it faster, and ultimately that'll lead to higher ball speeds. Another addition is the variable face thickness. So as you can see here, there's kind of little lumps across the face, and what that allows is there's some thinner areas towards the toe and towards the heel, and allows for faster ball speeds all across the face. So the first one we're going to try here is the GT2. We've got all the same settings, we've got the same shaft and the same head settings as I normally use. As I look down on it, it looks a little bit more bulbous than what I'm used to with my TSR3. But as opposed to the old TSR2, this has got a little bit closer to the number 3 and the head's a tiny bit smaller. Actually really impressed with that. It's come a little bit off the heel, but the flight didn't look like it, so it felt like it was a bit heely, but it felt like I still got quite a bit of distance and decent forgiveness from it. So I've actually got that a little bit out of the heel, but I quite like that flight. I think normally with my drive, if I get a little bit out of the heel, it comes out really low. It feels like it spins a little bit too much and stalls in the air. I'm interested to see the data because that actually felt like a normal flight, even though the feeling for me was a little bit heely. Alright, that's probably the best one I've hit so far. I'd be interested to see the numbers on that. To me, that's probably the ideal flight that I'm looking for. Alright, that's probably all I've got today. That's as good as I can hit it. I'll be really interested to see that. Oh no, it's gonna rain. Alright, let's have a crack here with the GT3. Same again, same settings. Really impressed with that GT2 actually, and when I got fitted to the TSR3, I didn't like the shape or the feel of the TSR2, but instantly really enjoyed that GT2. So let's have a crack with the 3. Felt like there's maybe a little bit more pop off that one there. Sample of 1 though, so we'll hit some more. Alright, flight looks really nice on that one. A little bit off the lower side of the face if I'm being picky here, but love that flight, would take that all day. Oh yeah, I like that one. Alright, GT4. Now looking down at this, it is the smallest looking head of them all. Quite intimidating because with the TSR4, it was very difficult to hit the middle. So let's have a crack with the GT4. It's going to be hard to beat the 2 and the 3, I've got to be honest. Alright, instantly, didn't square the face up, but that felt like a higher ball speed, potentially more smash factor. Little necky one, straight down the middle. We'll take that all day of the week. Really enjoying this GT4 at this stage. hit 3 decent ones there, and something that I was quite intimidated to hit, especially looking down at it. Definitely the smallest head of the lot. Felt like I would never be able to hit the middle, but we've done okay there. All right, really impressed with that. Let's do a little recap. Seriously, who does testing in the rain? I've got to be honest, I was incredibly skeptical about the new GT range, especially when I found out what it stood for. Generational technology. I had a look at the club. It looked like they've almost gone back a model in terms of their shape. There was no visible effects on the outside with the movable weights and things like that we've been used to seeing from the last couple of years. I think what sticks out to me here is the increase in ball speed. There's a slight increase in club head speed. Now you can put that down to just variance, or we can believe what Titleists say, and that their aerodynamics have slightly changed. As you can see in this image, there's a very small difference, but maybe it is noticeable enough to give me a slight increase of only 0.7 to 1 mile an hour, and that just increases that ball speed by about 3 or 4. Another thing to consider is the variable face thickness. So I had a couple of strikes that I thought were a little low on the face or a little heely, and normally I'd expect to see a huge drop in ball speed, but I just didn't see that. So if we have a look at the Optimizer here, which is a feature on TrackMan, on the top left you can see my current driver, the TSR3. Top right we've got the GT2, bottom left we've got the GT3, and bottom right we've got the GT4. If we look at the carry number with my current driver, carrying at 242, and the optimal would be 253 with my delivery characteristics. So we're losing a little bit there. We could definitely be performing a little bit better. Going across to the GT2, while all the numbers there are in the blue, they don't work that well together. We've got spin, which is slightly on the higher side, with the ball speed slightly on the lower side. We lose a little bit of optimization. But as we move across to the GT3, which is the most comparable to what I'm currently using, even though that ball speed's a little low and outside the blue zone, it works well with all the other numbers, and we're only 2 meters off what would be an optimal carry there. So with the GT4 here, we've got the ball speed a little bit low and also the spin a little bit low. If I was getting fitted to one of these, I don't think this would be for me. Now, one other thing that Titleists talk about is the adhesive that they use to adhere the Theraform crown. The glue doesn't actually conduct sound very well. Normally when we have a composite material, the sound spikes or you get that really tingy sound and it doesn't sound great at all. Because of the muted sound, you still get those traditional Titleist acoustics with this club. After some initial skepticism, I have to say that after hitting the GT range, I'm fully convinced that I now need a new driver. Well done, Titleist. If you've had a hit with the new GT range, let me know what you think. Did you see any improvements from your current driver? And if so, are you going to upgrade?